back to our 50th birthday celebrations. I have a very special guest with me today, a stranger to no one, the Foodworks favourite, Denice. Welcome.
Thanks, May. Thank you.
Tell me, Denice, when did you join the Foodworks family?
Okay, so I joined Gisborne in 2015.
Right, so 11 years ago.
Yeah, it's nearly hit 11, I think.
What were you doing prior to Foodworks?
I was in education support, actually.
Right.
In Sunbury.
Okay.
And I just wanted something less. It was a little
Walk in, walk out.
Walk in, walk out. Yeah, walk in, walk out. Just as long as you work hard while you're here and you can just leave and leave it. You know, you might have little thoughts about it, but nothing stressful. You didn't have to worry. You just do your job.
Yeah.
So just look, if someone said, why don't you try working in the supermarket? And I did actually know someone that worked for the company up here at Gisborne. She was actually the HR manager.
Oh, well, there you go.
But I had applied for a job at the Sunbury store, got interviewed by Braden and the HR manager, and never got the job. And then a couple came up here, so I applied for them, and got the job, was full-time, loved that. So I was here for 3 years.
And then you moved over to...
I actually took time away from work without pay, whatever, because I need to spend time with a child, one of my children. So I was off the book. I was not working for quite a few months, 6 months, and company covered me, and inadvertently I probably shouldn't have done this, but I resigned because I didn't think I was going to get back to the company in a timely fashion, and I probably didn't speak to whoever I should have spoken to, and I resigned. But inadvertently, 6 months later, I went,
when the dust had settled.
The dust had settled, and I thought, this isn't all total doom and gloom, and I've got assistance with that child now, and so I applied for a cashier position at Sunbury, and got it straight away. When I left, there was plastic bags. When I came back, it was
paper.
And I had Braden as my store manager down there, so I'd never worked with him before.
Right.
And, you hear all sorts of,
And he's a young fella.
Oh, yeah. Like, young superstar.
You can show him a skill too.
Sure, it was a mistake. No, he's it was good. I really enjoyed working down at the Sunbury store. But when that all...
How long would you have been at the Sunbury store for?
A couple of years.
Yeah.
A couple of years. And...
how did you feel about coming back to this store in Sunbury?
I was a little bit... I was at an advantage compared to some of the people that were coming back here because I'd worked here.
Yes.
So
you knew faces.
I knew all the front end people. There was a lot of new people. I had met you, Renee, but I hadn't worked with you.
No, that's right.
Just really good because I did already know the people, but it's a different vibe from Sunbury store to here. It was way more strict at the Sunbury store.
Oh.
At the Gisborne store.
Right.
Sunbury. Different clientele, so a different kind of strictness. We had different issues down there. Up here, it's same but different. Yeah. But I didn't. I already knew a lot of people. Like, oh no, you're back, and all that. Yeah. But it was really good that the company was able to provide positions for all full-time staff and for casual staff. So that was really good. I felt like a little bit privileged to be able to come back to this environment.
Something that you brought to the job, having come from Sunbury, one of your strongest attributes, I think, is your ability in 5 seconds flat to spot a shoplifter or a criminal.
Yeah.
I tell you what, whenever there's been something dodgy going on in the store, Denise will be all over it. So don't even try it because nothing gets past her.
Oh, no. No, I think that does come from the Sunbridge story.
But I think too, just your innate ability to read people, which is why I think you can create such good customer relationships because you know how to read what a person needs or is bringing to the table at any given interaction.
Yeah.
So, store security role. But not only that, first responder.
Oh, yes.
I tell you what, over the years, the amount of times that Denice, if you're ever in a crisis, Denice is the girl you want managing things. There was an incident I recall where a customer was at my register and I took one look at her and I thought, I'm losing her. And I said to her, are you okay? And she was a bit woozy. And I ran around the other side of the counter and I said, hang on. And I ran to get her a chair. And as I ran back with the chair, she essentially collapsed into my arms and partially onto the chair, but she was sliding down off the chair. So I had her by one end, a customer grabbed her by the other end. Before I even had time to look up, Denice was beside me on the phone to the ambulance, had every bit of the situation under control. And in a job like this, you need those people with fast thinking skills.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one that I recall, but do you recall others?
It's been a couple of staff issues.
Yeah.
People have been unwell and had some sort of health crisis,
Actually, were you here the day that I knocked myself out?
Yeah. And Dr. Rogers was on deck, so that was all right.
That's right. He and Donna came to my age.
Yeah, that was a little bit scary.
I remember coming to, and I took my hand off my head, and there was blood everywhere. And I said, "Oh, Brayden, this is bad." And he said, "No, it's fine, it's fine." And he said, "Donna's calling you an ambulance." And I said, I can't remember if I paid my ambulance cover. Wait. Fortunately, I had.
No, I know. There's sometimes there's some scary stuff, but mostly,
Just another day.
Just another day. In the trenches, yeah. As much as I might carry on like a pork chop sometimes, I absolutely adore what I do. I absolutely adore it. Yeah, I just love it.
That's so lovely to hear.
Yeah.
Because how did you ever begin to explain that to someone, that why it feels so good to do what we do?
Yeah, I don't know. It's like some people, and I feel I don't know whether definitely everyone in the world doesn't feel that being a cashier or I just feel very important sometimes. Me
too.
I am important.
We can solve the world's problems on that front end.
Yeah, there's levels of ability too, and I know, I don't know whether you can put this in.
Yeah,
I know I'm good at my job. But I love it. I love it. And I know there's lots of things that I could do better, and sometimes I'm able to improve.
Yeah.
Sometimes not so much. Maybe I cruise. I don't know, but I really, really love it, and I want it to do well. I want everything to go well, and I want everyone's positions and new things and innovations that are coming and going.
Yeah.
I want them to succeed because
you want to be.
Yeah. So it's just I really do enjoy it, and even if I complain about anything, I know that I'm safe here.
Yes.
And I don't mean safe as in cruisy. I mean, it's a good
you're part of the family.
Yeah, I feel like I'm important here.
Yeah.
So
I think what you said, and that word important, I agree, because your role as a cashier can make or break somebody's day. And, you know, everybody at some point needs to come to the supermarket, and we, over that register, we counsel people, we grieve with our customers, we laugh with our customers, we celebrate births, we celebrate marriages.
Yeah.
And
divorces.
Yeah. We celebrate those. But yes, I wholeheartedly agree that the role of the checkout chick is probably undervalued by society at large. But I agree. It's
definitely the trenches, you know.
Yeah.
The trenches, the front line.
Whether still with us or past, do you have any favourite customers that you remember from over the years?
Favourite customers from over the years?
I suppose there'd be some in different ways, where some could be favourites because you can always have a laugh with. Others might be just, you know.
Yeah, they could be something that you have a giggle because they were difficult or not, but you're so used to them, you know how to handle them.
Yes.
But there was one customer, she used to come with her husband, I think it was twice a week. Anyway, he used to do magic tricks all the time. He'd come to the register, or if he saw you in the aisles, he would be like just making funny jokes or doing funny things or throwing things at you, which you'd have to pick up and put back on the shelf. But yeah, he passed suddenly.
Yes.
I knew he had been a little bit sick, or he had been hospitalised, but he appeared with her after that incident. But yeah, it was all jokes and, you know, buffoonery and, you know.
I think the hardest part, because I feel the same, that he was a beautiful man, and so for someone that was so funny, so personable, of course that's a loss, you know, to lose someone that's a great person.
Yeah.
But it was also seeing her lose her other half, because they were such a team. They came in, their relationship was so beautiful.
Yeah.
They had this wonderful banter together.
Yeah.
And you could see just how much they loved each other.
Yeah.
And they were never apart.
Yeah.
So to see her then, she still shops regularly.
Yeah.
And it's wonderful to still see her.
Yeah, she still comes.
But it's really, it is hard.
The dynamic changes with your relationship with them. So, you know, now she has assistants, you know, some sort of carer person come in and brings her. But yeah, it just change, you know.
It does, because you know that grief that they are holding.
Yeah. It's very sad. But
it is. I would say that one of your greatest gifts is actually being able to speak to anyone, being able, no matter what their age, no matter their walk of life, you have a beautiful way of connecting with everyone, from the kids to the teens to the oldies, across the spectrum. You have a remarkable way of making people feel cared for and valued in that short exchange that you have with them.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just here I feel it's really an integral part of like the mindset of the company, like towards their customers, is to, I mean, you want them walking in the door, of course, but you don't want them walking out and not returning.
That's exactly it.
So, you know, just sometimes some people, that's all they've got. You know, some of the oldies, that's all they've got. There's just us, you know.
Yeah.
And that's why they're in here every single day.
Exactly.
You know, buying their whatever they buy.
Yeah, and if it's just a newspaper and a loaf of bread.
And a quick chin wag, you know.
Exactly.
I mean, I know we've got to keep the things pumping, but, you know, sometimes I think it's important to make someone feel like connected, you know, not welcome and just, you know.
I agree, 100%.
Keep coming back, please.
And I'd like to think that that is our point of difference, that level of customer service that you don't necessarily see elsewhere.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the fact that we still actually serve customers,
yes, correct,
and pack their groceries, you know, is a standalone point in itself.
Yeah.
But that we do make the time for people.
Yes.
And I think it does go a long way for a lot of people.
Yeah. I have something that was probably, it was somewhat stressful and upsetting.
Right.
Actually, myself, you were involved.
Oh, God. Okay.
No, I had an interaction with the customer. The customer was very upset and I could not seem to talk them down. It was a very regular customer, long-term customer. I was most upset because I actually got along very well with the customer normally.
Yeah.
But there was a miscommunication.
I was going to say, and it was something that was born out of a misunderstanding. Where you take pride in your customer relations.
I was really...
And it would never be your intent to offend someone, which is how he had taken it.
Yeah.
And so there'd be other stuff that it would be water off a duck's back.
Oh, yeah.
But for someone that actually cares about what customers
really
think.
I don't like it going elsewhere when you've been coming here since forever.
Yeah.
And, you know, a very long-term customer and not the most easiest for some people to deal with.
Yeah.
And I think so he was never returning. I had lost the company customer, that's what I thought. And he did state that he was not returning, but of course, you know, he did because we are the best.
We had what he needed.
Demand, supply and demand, you know.
And he probably realised in hindsight that if he went elsewhere, he was never going to get it.
He was never going to get what we had, and he was never going to get the service. Level of service. But anyway, cut long story short, he came in, and I thought, I've just to swallow my pride and bite the bullet, and I approached him. And off the register while he was walking through the store, or he was coming towards the front end, and he's wrapped his arms around me, hugging, you know, and he welled up and he said, I really appreciate you know, approaching me, da-da-da. And, then after that was like smooth sailing. But sometimes you have to swallow your pride and, and he said he sort of apologised for his reaction or his part to play in it. So it was all really good.
So reconciled.
Yeah, it was really good. And he still was always a bit prickly at times.
Yeah.
Not with me, but I could see with other people prickly. Yes, he had to be, you know. Cut a long story short, he's since passed away.
When you told me that, I wasn't sure at that point what your relationship had come back. I didn't realise that you had been able to reconcile to that point.
He was just like often he would. There was wait for me.
Right.
He would wait often. Unless he was in a real big hurry, then he would go to another register. Yeah. But otherwise he'd be, you know.
Oh, so you really were able to that.
It's
to that, reconcile and build that rapport.
He was just, you know, a human that, you know, needed to be satisfied with the product he had purchased and the level of service that he received. And
so it would have been quite, you know, I was probably a bit casual about it when I heard that he passed away.
Oh, yeah.
Or not casual, but I didn't realise that it would be as impactful for you, I guess, as it was.
Yeah. I'm a little bit upset, you know. Yeah, you lose so many customers, you know, and you just...
And it's very hard because sometimes they simply don't come back, and you don't know. You can only assume
what's happened.
Exactly. And other times you do find out.
Yeah.
What would you say you are most proud of the work that you've done here over the last, what did we say? And then
10
years. 10 years, yeah.
Just trying to be consistently efficient.
Yeah.
So efficiency, it's not always measurable. What I try to be is for my supervisor a good support. So one of your colleagues is serving and they're going out of their way to assist a customer. It's either a big order or not a big trolley or whatever. But depending on what's going on there, and I know they need to spend more time with that customer, it's not hard to pick up the slack. You don't always have to berate a person that they're taking extra time with that customer because that's sometimes what that needs for that situation.
Yeah. And I think what that comes down to then is your ability to be aware.
Yeah.
Your awareness of, that's right. It's like, I suppose, being like a waitress at a restaurant that knows what every table is,
Yeah. People think I'm so jovial and so funny and she's such a class clown or whatever they think of me. If someone needs something and I'm not being aware, they can tell me and I will back them. And it's for them and it's for everyone. It's not hard so things can get done. We should just pick up the slack. If it was constantly and I'm getting whipped at the bottom of the ship rowing the boat and everyone else is mincing around, maybe I wouldn't be happy with that.
Yeah. When I sort of said before too about your ability to talk to all walks of life and all age groups, something that is really nice about your role here is that you are here every day for that crossover point where some of the day staff leave and the young ones come in after school.
Yeah.
And so you get that, you work with such a crossover of demographic.
Yeah.
And I think you're a lovely person for those young ones to come into and learn from and model their behaviour from and learn how to speak to people.
Oh, yeah. That's so rude for my class clown. It's only one, sometimes I do worry, do as
I say, not as I do.
But and that's what I do have a bit of a reputation for not being a supervisor, but being a snoopervisor.
Oh, wow.
And sometimes not everything runs smoothly, and it's not always rainbows and butterflies.
Yeah.
But you've got to think that everyone's mostly. I don't know too often where people aren't making their best effort, towards health. So
I would say that you are some days single-handedly are the keeper of morale. You're the one that keeps me laughing all day long. And I feel like that is also a great gift to have, and that is to be able to find the humour. There's going to be days when some days are harder than others. Some days it's harder to turn it on than others. But you have such a knack of dealing with it with humour, which goes a long way for staff morale. There's times you can see the worst of humanity when you're working with the general public. But gosh, we get to see the best of it too, don't we?
Yeah, definitely. It is really nice to see customers being competent who don't know each other, kind to each other in our store, just with taking advantage in a good way of the benefits or the privileges that this company is affording them, like, for example, the $5
$5 voucher.
And handballing it on to the next customer. Sometimes passing it on to the right person can make their day, and really help them out.
Yeah, $5.
$5. So.
Yeah, especially in this economy.
Yeah, correct. That's it. Yeah. So.
Well, Denice, it's been wonderful to have you here.
Thank you, Renee.
What would you say to the Williamsons on this momentous occasion?
Many congratulations, and just job well done over many, many years of servicing the community and surrounds, and many, many, many more years to come. And one day I might need wheelchair access or something, whatever you can afford me.
But you're not getting rid of her anytime soon.
No,
put it that way.
And when we're selling pine boxes, that's how you get me out of here.
Well, it's been a joy, Denice. Oh, thank you so much.
Thanks, Walt.
Yeah.